Hello, hockey fans. Austin here with today's pregame report for Game 6 between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers of the Stanley Cup Final. Now, for the second consecutive year, the Florida Panthers have an opportunity to clinch home ice, the Stanley Cup, hoist it over their heads, and break the hearts of players and fans all around the world. But the Oilers have a big say in this, right? This series is not over. If Connor McDavid believes, I believe. If Leon Draisaitl believes, I believe. If Chris Knobloch believes, I believe. And if you at home watching right now believe, I believe. The Edmonton Oilers can still force a Game 7, which would be Friday at Rogers Place. And I just don't believe that the Oilers are going to go down like this in Game 6. Now, I keep saying in a lot of my videos that, players like McDavid and Draisaitl deserve a Stanley Cup. And when I say the word deserve, it's because of how good those players are. The truly best of the best deserve it. However, at the same time, and something that's been pointed out to me, and I totally agree with 100%, it's time to earn that Stanley Cup. It's time to earn that legacy that I always talk about. There's one thing about deserving, and there's one thing about earning it. And the Edmonton Oilers, their top players, McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, Darnell Nurse, Evan Bouchard, Matthias Ekholm, all of these guys, right? I'm just naming a bunch of players. That doesn't mean that they're all the best players. But Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl specifically, heartbroken last year in Game 7. We saw the reaction of McDavid at the end of Game 7 last year, that Amazon series, which I haven't even watched, by the way. I've only seen clips. I refuse to watch it. Legacy. You want your legacy cemented in hockey history? You want your name etched in hockey glory? Go and earn it. And it starts with a win tonight. In today's pregame report, I'll be going over the projected lineups, the playoff stats for both teams, keys to the game, players to watch, and the score prediction. Now, in today's score prediction, I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm not predicting either the Oilers or the Panthers. What I'm going to do moving forward, and this is something that I'll carry over into the regular season as well, is predicting a score if Edmonton wins and a score if Florida wins, and just to have fun with it, because obviously none of it is based in reality, or fact, right? I like to just have fun with the score predictions. If you enjoyed today's pregame report, smash that like button. We need all the support that we can get here in Oil Country. Tonight, I'll be doing another live stream commentary, and I hope to see you all there. And I hope it's not the last one of the season. All right, let's get into the projected lineups. Now, this was yesterday at practice. Ryan Rishaug tweeted out that, these are some of the lines that they were running. At least with the forwards. The defense, I have no idea what the defense is going to look like tonight. But for the most part, the forwards could look like this. But I do think Chris Knobloch has a few changes up his sleeve that we won't know about until morning skate, which, as of the recording of this video that you're watching, has not happened yet. And we may not even know what the lineup totally looks like until puck drop. So the top line, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Connor McDavid, Corey Perry, they have a 60.22 expected goals for percentage when they play together. Unfortunately, the goal share not quite matching the expected goal share. And Nugent Hopkins, hopefully he can find some finishing talent. Connor McDavid has been a ghost at 5-on-5. However, if we can spin a positive out of McDavid's play in the Cup Final here, it's that he did score his first goal of the Cup Final in Game 5. So, mentally for a lot of players, just getting one can sometimes create a snowball effect. They can play with some confidence, and I really do think McDavid is due for a breakout. We have not seen McDavid really break out yet in the playoffs, and for this team specifically, we haven't really seen the Oilers break out in a huge offensive moment either. They had that one game against Dallas where I think they won 6-1. But other than that, yes, the team scores goals, but they also give up a bunch. The Edmonton Oilers are due for just one of those games where you're just happy with the effort. You're happy with the puck going in the net. And is there enough runway for some of these numbers, the expected goals percentage, to regress back to the mean? The actual goals for percentage, I should say, to regress positively to the mean. I think the Oilers are getting PDO'd a little bit, but that is also a credit to how the Florida Panthers play. They are suffocating. They take out all the time and space in the world. If you're the Edmonton Oilers, whatever you have in the tank tonight, whatever is in the gas tank, deplete every single last bit of gas that you have, because a win tonight, you get 2 more days off before Game 7 on home ice. Lots of rest available here if you get the job done tonight, but you have to get the job done tonight. On the second line, Jeff Skinner was getting a look with Leon Draisaitl and Evander Kane, and I kind of like that second line a lot. There's a lot of goal-scoring opportunity there. Evander Kane can do the dirty work along the boards. Leon Draisaitl, he's the setup man, and then Jeff Skinner can be a bit of a trigger man, but even Leon, he can also shoot the puck too. So we'll see if that is a line that actually comes to fruition. I thought it was a very interesting line just in general. I think there's a lot of potential with that line. I know they haven't played at all this season basically as a trio, but you know what? Let's see what it looks like if those three do get to play together, especially with Evander Kane in that conversation as well. Kane, he was demoted to that fourth line after taking a bad penalty in game, what game was it? Well, he's taken many bad penalties, but game 4 specifically, he was taking a couple bad penalties again, and he was demoted to the fourth line. Game 5, he was very invisible, but let's see if him playing in that bottom 6 for a game, now being bumped back up with Leon Draisaitl, if that ignites a bit of a fire under Evander Kane's ass, and they are able to go out there and start producing. Play mean, but play disciplined. On the third line, you may have Trent Frederic with Adam Henrique and Victor Arvidsson. Now, I'm not totally sure if Victor Arvidsson is a guy that I want in this lineup long term right now, but at the end of the day, as long as the team wins, it doesn't matter. And Frederic, there's a lot of people being like, hey, maybe Trent Frederic should come out of the lineup because Trent Frederic's production has not been great for Edmonton. He only has 1 goal in the playoffs, and that was back against the Los Angeles Kings in I want to say game 6? Was that game 6? Was that the elimination game against LA? I think it was. I can't quite remember, though. It's been so long. Trent Frederic needs to get going here. His advanced metrics have actually been very positive, and him and Henrique do seem to play well together, but they need to start putting the puck in the net. And Victor Arvidsson, again, he's an Energizer bunny. Hopefully he can be a difference maker. So far, he has not been a difference maker in the limited ice time he's been given, so we'll see what that line looks like tonight. And on the fourth line, Kasperi Kapanen, Mattias Janmark, and Connor Brown. Now, Kapanen specifically looks like he's getting back into the lineup. A lot of people weren't very happy that he was the one that was pulled from the lineup in Game 5 on home ice. And, you know, there's an argument for and against certain players coming in and out of the lineup. I understand why Kapanen may have been pulled, but if Kapanen is being reinserted, I'm expecting a fire under his ass tonight. I'm expecting him to just hit everything that moves. Maybe a couple extra days of rest is what certain players need to just get going again, kind of restart the engine and refuel that tank of gas, and we'll see if Kapanen can get something going. Mattias Janmark, he's basically been a ghost the entire series. Not expecting much from him. Just keep your head above water, and same with Connor Brown. Connor Brown has been abysmal in the Stanley Cup Final. He has been worse than abysmal, actually. They need something, anything from their bottom 6 tonight. When it comes to the defense pairs, Ekholm with Bouchard, and they play well together from the regular season and the postseason. 57.54 expected goals for percentage. Nurse and Kulak could get a look again together, although they don't play very well together. Wallman with Klingberg. It does seem like John Klingberg will likely get back into the lineup tonight. Hopefully he does. I don't mind Klingberg coming back. Couple days extra of rest for him. Someone that can move the puck. He was looking a little overwhelmed earlier in this series, which was why he was pulled in favor of Troy Stetcher. But Troy Stetcher did not make the most of the minutes that he was given. Troy Stetcher has absolutely stunk in the Stanley Cup Final in very limited ice time, which is a shame because I love Troy Stetcher. One of my favorite players on the team, the way he plays, the effort that he brings every single night. But unfortunately, Stetcher just hasn't found a comfort level in the Cup Final this season. And in goal, oh boy, who do you start? That is one of the biggest questions heading into Game 6 here. You go with Calvin Pickard, who's 7-1. He lost his first game of the playoffs in Game 5. He didn't look great, but again, it's not like all the goals were entirely on him. He gave up 4 goals on like 17 shots or something. It was not a good showing for Calvin Pickard in terms of the save percentage and the goals against. But early in that game, he was making some saves, but they need the saves consistently. You need saves in this first period. The Edmonton Oilers, they keep falling behind. In the last 3 games, they've been outscored 7-0 in the first period. It is completely unacceptable how Edmonton is playing in first periods right now. They need to come out and they need to give their goalies some help too, right? A lot of people will attack the goaltending, whether it's Stu or Pickard. Yes, you want saves. However, you want the players in front of the goalies to give confidence in your goaltender as well. You want those forwards and defensemen to go out there, assert the Oilers game, get a 1 or 2 goal lead before the end of the first, and then that allows the goaltender to settle in. The longer the first period goes in a 0-0 game, that's a lot of pressure falling on the goalies that are already a little bit shaky with their confidence. I do imagine tonight, whether this is the right decision or not, whether, you can discuss it in the comments section as well, Stuart Skinner is going to get the start. I have no doubt in my mind that it's going to be Stu, and Stu, we know he can get the job done. We know he can. We've seen him step up in elimination games. We've seen him step up in big moments. This is another time for him to step up, right? He is the starting goaltender for this team. Calvin Pickard has come in throughout the postseason and played his heart out. But so it's time for Stuart Skinner to take over. Let's go, Stu. Let's go. Let's get it done. Now, when it comes to the playoff stats, the Florida Panthers, they are 15-7. Their power play ranks 6th. Their penalty kill ranks 1st. Their goals per game ranks number 1. Goals against per game also ranks number 1. Expected goals for percentage ranks 3rd. Shots for percentage ranks 4th. And their team save percentage ranks 2nd. And if you take a look at all the stats here on the screen, when this playoff series started, and even after Game 2, a lot of the stats favored Edmonton, other than the penalty kill, of course. But as the series has progressed, basically all the stats have gone and went whoop, and the Florida Panthers basically own and are ahead of Edmonton in every statistical category. And the Oilers, they don't have much time left to turn things around. And the stats are what they are. And for a lot of fans, they're throwing the stats out the window now. All that matters is the next 60 minutes tonight and then the 60 minutes potentially on Friday. For the Oilers, they are 14-7. Their power play ranks 5th. Their penalty kill continues to rank 14th, although they were finally 2 for 2 in Game 5. They have to stay out of the box here in the first period. Don't give the Panthers anything easy. Stop giving them easy looks. Goals per game ranks 3rd. Goals against per game ranks 11th. Expected goals for percentage ranks 4th. Shots for percentage ranks 5th. And team save percentage ranks 9th. 9th team save percentage. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's see if this team can find a way to dig in here. Let's dig in, Edmonton. The stats don't look like they're in your favor anymore. Everything is in the Florida Panthers' favor. But the Oilers, sometimes when their backs are against the wall and all hope is lost, they find a way to turn things around and get the job done. Now, the keys to the game for the Edmonton Oilers: win the first period. Please, for the love of all that is holy in the hockey world, win period 1. Win the first period and then build off of it. And I would consider a win tonight being tied after the first. If the Oilers are not down after the first period, to me, that's considered a win. If you're ahead after the first, that's even better. The Florida Panthers do not play well when they are behind in games, as in, they generally don't win nearly as many games coming from behind as they do when they have the lead. The Florida Panthers are a team that gets the lead and then they assert their style, their type of game. And yes, the Oilers have a couple miraculous comebacks in these playoffs against Florida. We need Edmonton in regulation to get a lead and hold on to the lead. Force Florida to open up a little bit. That way Edmonton can play their game. Number 2, in order to win the first period, the Oilers have to play with desperation. If the Oilers don't have that desperation, right? We saw how they came out flat in Game 5. In front of their home fans, 118 decibels of sound coming through when they came onto the ice, and for some reason the Oilers just had nothing going. They had no foot speed at all. Guys like Brad Marchand, who are 37 years old, were looking faster than players like Connor McDavid on the ice. That probably shouldn't happen too regularly here. The Oilers have had a couple of days off. Play with desperation, right? And make plays. At this point, you throw out a lot of the game plan out the window, and you're just looking for that desperate hockey, and also just do whatever it takes. That is the third key to the game for Edmonton. Whatever it takes. I don't care if Edmonton is outshot 50-20 tonight. Find a way. Whatever it takes, get the job done. Now, for the Florida Panthers, their keys to the game: number 1, plant that seed of doubt. If Florida comes out and establishes their game early and gets an early 1-0 lead like they've been doing throughout most of this series, that's going to plant the seed of doubt, and you may see the Oilers start to slump a little bit on the bench, right? We saw the Oilers start to push back in the third period in Game 5 when they were down 3-0, but it was way too late for Edmonton to mount any kind of comeback, but we did see some desperation. If you're Florida, though, you can take Edmonton out of the game very, very quickly by planting that seed of doubt. And number 2, key to the game for the Panthers, force the perimeter. The Florida Panthers have done such a good job at forcing Edmonton's best players to the outside. I don't think Edmonton had a single inner slot shot in Game 5, although I could be wrong. You could consider McDavid's goal like an inner slot shot. But other than that, like, the Oilers have not been able to find that inner slot shot space in a couple of games now. They've got to find a way to get in there. Whatever it takes, man. Box guys out. Have guys drive the net. Little pick plays. But for the Florida Panthers, they are doing a great job at keeping everything to the outside. They're doing a great job in the offensive zone, forcing the Oilers to put the puck off the boards. And then Florida, they have their wingers and D-man step up to keep the plays alive along the boards. That's where they want you, right? So for Florida, keep things to the perimeter. And number 3 for the Panthers, of course, just like this whole series, special teams. Special teams is key here for Florida. Their power play is heating up. Their penalty kill is just phenomenal. The Oilers have no answer on the power play right now. Now, my players to watch here, I'm going with Evander Kane for the Edmonton Oilers. I do think Evander Kane is due to break out a little bit. I know I said Connor McDavid's due, but Evander Kane is also one of those players where he's been demoted, he had his ice time shortened, and now he has an opportunity to get back into that top 6, play with a guy like Draisaitl or even McDavid here and there. Let's see what Evander Kane does. Let's see how he responds, and let's see if he can stay out of the box. Keep that stick down. This hockey stick right here that is invisible in my hands, but, just picture one. Keep it down. Below your waist, Evander Kane. You can board battle, you can net front battle without getting your stick all the way up here. Keep that stick down. And my player to watch for the Florida Panthers is going to be Sam Bennett. This guy could be the Conn Smythe favorite with how he has been scoring in this postseason. He has been unbelievable for the Florida Panthers. Keep an eye on him to continue his strong play. Now, my score predictions with an S, the multiple score predictions, I'm going 5-2 Oilers. If Edmonton comes out with the win, I think it will be one of those solid 5-2 wins. They win by at least 3 goals, maybe 2-goal lead in the third. They get an empty netter. Whatever the case is, I think it would be a comfortable win for Edmonton. But if Florida wins, I'm going 7-3. I think if the Oilers fall behind, they push back a little bit. If they're down by 2 or 3, they're going to be pulling their goalie no matter what in desperation, and Florida can take advantage of that. If the Oilers win, I'm going 5-2. If the Panthers win, I'm going 7-3 for Florida. I would love to see a Game 7 back at Edmonton on Friday. The fans deserve it. The players have to earn it, though. Right? Just because the fans here in oil country and around Canada and around the world that are cheering for this team, just because we deserve it, but we also, as fans, have to earn it too. And how do we earn that as fans? By giving it our all tonight, supporting this team. Whatever it takes, whatever you've got in your tank at home, whatever it is that you do pre-game, whatever it is you do on game days to support the team, let's see if they can get the job done. And for the Edmonton Oilers, go out and earn this thing tonight. Go out and earn it. Let's earn it. No more deserve talk, right? Nobody deserves anything. Same with life. You don't deserve things. You have to earn things. Let's go, Oilers. Tell some that you love them before the game. I'll see you tonight during the live stream, folks. I cannot wait. Fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go, Oilers. Let's get the job done tonight. Let's go.